Hi, this is Core Dynamics Trainer Tips. I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Nicole.
And we're going to talk to you about that lateral pike and tweaking it a little bit for more of a Pilates-like exercise. So it's called the snake. You might see this with people standing on toe bars, but I'm going to teach you how to keep people on the floor and teach them the movement pattern. So for those of you who are Pilates instructors and have participants wanting to do this exercise, you get to introduce it to them a little bit sooner, and maybe eventually they can be standing on that toe bar. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to have Nicole stand laterally like we do in the video. And again, just like the snake and just like we do in the lateral pike, you take that outer leg and cross it in front. You take your hands and you kind of turn your body and you roll down. And like the hand position on the pike, we kind of kept it general. Do whichever way you want to do. We said keep maybe your hands to the sides. And then we just said press out and come back. Now, the questions I got when we started this, those who were Pilates were like, well, do we roll out? How do we do it? With the lateral pike, you just bring yourself into that pike position. It's more of an opening and closing this, folding up and folding out. If it was Pilates, you have more of an articulation out and more of an articulation up. The hand position can change too as well. To get people successful, keep them first with their hands around the glide board. The next thing you do is you really cue for them to be up onto their tippy toes. You tell them to really squeeze those inner thighs together. Now it's going to start by articulating out from the low back, and she's going to start to move. That's okay. We'll go from the head. You slowly come out, and she articulates all the way out, all the way out, all the way out. Perfect. And now the head's going to drop. The upper body comes, and then she slowly rolls out. So we'll start with the head. You're going to look up. And then from that, you're going to start to come out into that thoracic, low back extension. And then you're going to slowly articulate back up. That slowing down of the articulation out to articulation up changes the emphasis and the intention of the exercise quite a bit because you're really thinking about almost massaging through the spine. To take it to more of that of like a snake's position, she's going to have to go into that cross-leg position. This time when she rolls down, her hands are almost going to form an L shape. One will be around the side and one will be up like so. And now she's in the position where, okay, she's a little bit further out so she's not so much into a pike. Find position. This is okay. You might have people though when they start here it might be too hard. So I'm going to have Nicole start in a little bit more challenging of a position. So she's going to come back. There you go. And now you're going to articulate out. Heads first we'll start with. Start with success and then slowly come all the way out. Hips will rotate parallel to the glide board. And then when she comes up, she'll roll back. And as she rotates, the hips will come back to face front. Got that? Mm-hmm. So she slowly articulates out, letting the hips kind of fall and rotate. And then as she rolls back, you can pike the hips up, and the hips are like almost the last thing to turn. So it's that sequencing action. Feel free to be nitpicky. Feel free to keep it very much. You just come out, you come back, and you focus more on the articulation up. Add that twist of the hips if only you desire. Because theoretically, you're starting already laterally twisted. So when you come out, you turn, and then you turn back to come back up. So that's turning more of that lateral pike into more of a Pilates snake prep. So I hope that adds a new dimension to your Core Dynamics 2 workout.